Hello and welcome to Cappin at the Spa. I'm Saratoga Geese and we're recording live from Quivik Drive on a cloudy but nice Woodward day on closing weekend. I have with me here Daily Double Dan. How you doing today, Dan?
Doing well, and yourself?
I am excellent. We don't have Exactabox Bobby here today. Due to a simple vote amongst the crew, we've put him on probation due to lack of quality picks. We're going to see what he can do. If he sends something in, we'll give him a try on Sunday or Monday, but he's going to have to reapply to the group to get in next year's show. But I think Danny, everybody wants to get on your show, huh?
That's right.
Because Danny's hot. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 3 picks each today, see if we can keep it going. And we're going to start with me in race number 6, which is a maiden special weight, 1 1/16 on the turf. You have a Bill Mott horse in here. You have a Chad Brown horse. George Weaver has a couple of horses. Mark Casse. So I think we're going to get a decent price here on the 6. Winning Factor. Kendrick Carmuch, Bobby Barbera. Winning Factor ran a nice race July 8th. 6 furlongs on the turf. Ran second to Joyful Heart, who came back in a stakes race a couple days ago and ran fairly good. This horse is stretching out, has the Tomlinsons, has Carmuch on the front end. We're going to hope he puts him right on the engine, and we're going to look to wire this field 8-1, Winning Factor in the 6th race. We're going to move on to the 7th race, and Danny has a selection for you.
All right, in the 7th race, optional claiming 62,000, going 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. I'm taking a look at Chris and Dave here, the 8, morning line 6-1. A couple different things to like about this horse. I've bet him a couple times in the past. You know, always runs consistent, second, third. Always gives you a, great race. Getting very competitive. Looking for a horse to sit just off the pace. I see a couple front runners here, and I think that's exactly what Chris and Dave is going to do with this outside position. Be able to rate and hopefully clear these horses. I mean, a couple of these horses are inconsistent, and he seems to be the most consistent horse to me here. And whether it means anything to you guys or not, I had a dream that Chris and Dave won last night, so keep that in mind. It means something.
Was that a beverage-induced dream?
It was.
All right, fair enough. Okay. Dan's going to go with the next race also, but we're picking 1 horse each in the late pick 4. So we're certainly going to go after the late pick 4 as well as the pick 5. And with the kind of horses we're selecting, if we can get 2 of those 4 to come in these last 4, we're going to have a nice shot with surrounding him with some logical horses of hitting a nice late pick 4 or pick 5. So let's hit race 9, Dan.
All right, race 9, the Saranac Grade 3, 1 1/8 on the turf. To me, this race is wide open. The top buyer, any horses in this race, we have 95 with Up the Ante. Everyone else in the 92 range, we have Raging Bull, looking like the likely favorite, 2-1. Improving, coming off a 92 buyer. Deep Closer, something that I don't like to really bet as a favorite. So I'm taking a shot with the number 4 here, Golden Brown. Has run 2 races on the turf. Very competitive in both. Ran at 87, closed to finish in second by a half length, and then came back to win a grade 3 by a length and a half. Very impressive race there. He's right up there, 87, 90 buyer. Right there with these horses. I'm looking for him to hopefully continue to improve on the turf here, and definitely think he has a great shot here. The number 4, Golden Brown in the 9th.
All right, that's a nice 12-1 shot. We're not going anything below 12-1 the rest of this show. So we're going to look at the spin-away. I'm going to look at race 10, grade 1, 7 furlongs. The big favorite is going to be this, the Bob Baffert, Mike Smith combination. Here he is. I gave him center stage today, even though I'm mad at him for the Abel Tasman disqualification that didn't happen. But chasing yesterday is going to be a big favorite. Ran a huge buyer, full sister to American Pharaoh. Everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon. There's also a big horse, Catherine the Great, who won the Schuylerville by 4 lengths here on opening weekend. So those 2 are going to take a lot of money. I like a couple horses on the outside. The 10, 11, and 12, I think, all have legit chances to win. The 10 is also coming from California, 10-1. I think he's got a shot to get in the mix. Keith DeSormo doesn't ship across the country for no reason. Restless Rider is going to probably be 3 or 4-1. The horse was really impressive at Churchill in June. But my selection is going to be Love My Honey, the 12 horse at 12-1. Mike Maker, this horse came from an inside post, went off the favorite, which means he was well meant, on the same weekend that Catherine the Great ran, and ran a little lower buyer, but was very impressive and beat a horse into the south convincingly who came back and won for fun the other day. So I love the fact that he's on the far outside in a 7 furlong race. A lot of these horses are going to be gasping for air down the stretch, and I'm hoping Love My Honey is going to come run him down at 12-1. I'm also going to take a selection here in the Woodward. The Woodward probably isn't even a grade 3 race today when it comes to the talent. There's no gun runner, there's no Rachel Alexandra, there's no big horses here, but it makes it for a fun betting race. I think anybody who's taken anything under 15, 20 to 1, you know, you're crazy. You got to take a shot here. I think the 6 horse has a shot at 30 to 1 with Brad Cox. I'm going to take a look at him. Guinevere is the only horse that I think is under 10 to 1 who I might put in my play. But my selection is going to be Zenato. Zenato, 13 horse, 20 to 1, Lescano, and Juan Carlos Guerrera. This horse has been, in 2017, was very consistent. Comes back in 2018, starts at Laurel, runs second 4 times in a row. 2 stakes races, a grade 3, you know, very consistent, hanging in there. Comes back in July and continues to improve. Runs against Diversify, and is the only horse that ran with Diversify early in that race when she just blew him out in the Suburban. Comes back and runs a 102 at Monmouth with a stumbled break in a grade 3 race. So I'm looking for him to sit just off the pace. I think you need to be close in a 14-horse field. I'm a little concerned about the mile and an eighth. The distance is great for him. He's 5 for 5, first or second. Just the post position I'm a bit concerned about. So I really want Lescano to get him out and get great position. And I'm looking at, I think this, you know, you can have an exacta or a triple in this race paying in the thousands because of the kind of field you have here. So I'm going to take a shot with 13 Zenato. We're going to hand it over to Dan to take us home with a long shot in the last race.
All right, race 12, the Glens Falls Grade 2, mile and 3 on the turf. What I'm looking for is what horse is going to the lead in this race. I mean, none of these horses ever like to be on the lead, so who's going to get it? And that's what I'm looking for here. Number 2, Savannah Bell at 20 to 1. Last race off the turf, so you just tossed that. Past 3 races, improving buyers, 72, 83, 88. Typically forwardly placed. You'll see, you know, that last race on the turf when he lost by a length to Homeland Security at 27 to 1. Had him there, almost brought it home, but you know, I just think Saez and Savannah Bell are probably the best guess of, you know, someone that's going to go out there and take the lead in what I'm hoping is a very slow pace. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Savannah Bell can hold them all off here at 20 to 1.
All right, as you see, we're taking some swings today. It's closing weekend. You got to swing for the fences. Before we close up, we're going to bring in our special guest, Closer Kiera. Come on over. Welcome. How are you today?
Good.
All right. How's your season been?
Good.
All right. You've made it to the track a few times, right?
Yeah.
Cash any tickets?
Yes.
All right. I like to hear that. Now, you got a special horse today in race 4, right?
Yes.
All right. What's the name?
Hockey school.
Hockey School. Why would we play Hockey School?
Because I play hockey.
All right. And you think that horse is going to win today?
Yes.
So you're recommending it here on Cappin at the Spot.
Yes.
Your first official selection.
Yeah.
All right, listen, if you win this race, you could take over for Exacta Box Bobby.
That's right.
Think about it.
More wins than him. He gets
All
this
right.
home.
All right, let's close it up. Let's hope everybody has a great Woodward day. Let's hope today is your day.